starting grid for race 1, and away we go then. Under the Bahrain sunshine, the Lumina CSV Championship getting underway. These Chevrolet cars, all left-hand steering, rear-wheel drive. Very high-tech, powerful vehicles. And it is Fahad Al-Musalam in the number 7 car, setting the early pace here. Just behind him, we can see the number 10 car. Sharif al-Sakaf, he's an Egyptian driver. There are a couple of Egyptians also taking place here. Raj Sharai still in the first lap then. 12 laps of this 3.596 kilometre circuit to go. So on lap 2, it's Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh who is just out in the lead ahead of Ahmed Hamada. Hamada, who started off very, very well. Just overtaken though at the end of that first lap, and now it's Al-Yaeesh. He's off in the lead, the Saudi Arabian UMA Motorsports P1 driver. It's actually going to be sharing driving duties today. So race 1 then in Bahrain in full swing. In the qualifying races, Fahad Al-Musalam just about finished on top. The Lechner Racing Bahrain driver coming less than 400ths of a second clear of Tariq El Gamel of the Castrol Racing team. Third fastest was RFC team, thanks to its second driver Sharif al-Sakaf, just ahead of Team France, represented by its number 1 Christophe Mario. Many of these drivers sharing driving duties through this race. The 2 Egyptians, Sharif al-Sakaf and Raj Sharai, who are just in the chasing pack now. At the moment it's Sharai at the wheel. And the 2 French drivers as well, Christophe Marriott and Jacques Levet, also teaming up here on the second day of racing in Bahrain, race 1 of the first round of the series. There is the leader, Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh. 4 laps gone, almost a third of the way through this first race. Gamel there, the number 1 car, currently 4th. He'll be looking certainly to get up into the podium positions. All 15 of the cars will score points after this weekend's racing. The 15th place car only taking 1 point, the winner taking 20. We're going to be back after a short commercial break. So you rejoin us then on lap 7 of this 12-lap race, and it's still Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh out in front, the Saudi rider going very, very well. course, will change quite considerably during the 3 races that take place here on the Bahrain International Circuit. Likewise at the Dubai Autodrome. Totally different circuit to the Formula 1 race. Has done well to get back into second place. He actually lost that second position on lap 5. He's pushing very hard though to get back in front of El Gamel. Close the gap rather on the leader Al-Yaeesh. El Gamel though just struggling really to make any impression on the 3 leaders. He's still more than 4 seconds off the pace. This is the moment where some of the cars start feeling the heat here and feeling the pace. Well, he's looking comfortable at the moment, is Al-Yaeesh. Getting a little bit of a lead up on Hamada and Al-Musalam. We just have a look at this hairpin again. And off he goes. Just managed to keep control of the car though. Did very well in the end. So important to finish the race, of course. Out of the 12 races that take place during the 6 rounds, the drivers have to take their 10 best performances through to the overall championship standing. So it's important to be consistent. It's no good just winning a handful of races and then crashing out of the rest. As we focus in then on the number 10. Chevrolet Ahmed Hamada. Coming around for the last lap now. He's got a lot of work to do if he's going to catch up. Fahad Al-Musalam, who's in second place now behind Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh. Al-Musalam, the best placed Bahraini at the moment, going very nicely. Look at El Gamel then. He was 4.5 seconds behind just 2 laps ago, now over 10 seconds behind, and he does seem to have a problem with his car. He's being caught up now in 4th place as well. He's in danger of losing a considerable number of points here on the final lap. We're seeing Hamad bin Asa going well, just overtaking Fawaz Al-Ghasaibi into 5th position. Bonus points up for grabs here as well for the fastest lap in each race. And also 1 bonus point for the pole position in race 1. Reminding you that the 7 first places on the grid will be reversed for the start of the 2nd race. So we see Sheriff Al-Sakaf in the number 27. But it's Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh who is closing in on victory now. And it will That'll be a good victory as well for the UMA Motorsports P1 team. Off to a flyer here in Bahrain in race 1 of round 1 of the Lumina Championship. He's got about a 3-second lead at the moment on Al-Musalam. So there it is, confirmed. Al-Yaeesh claims victory ahead of Al-Musalam. Hamada, who was going so well at the beginning, in 2nd place, having settled for 3rd. Al-Sakaf, the Egyptian, sharing his car with Sharawi, coming in 4th position. So that's a decent finish for him. He'll take 14 points. But that's the man who goes to the top of the standings with 20 points. Al-Yaeesh. So a lovely moment then for the Saudi. And a good start to the first ever Lumina CSV Championship. A feast of motorsport action this weekend for the people of Bahrain, who've been cramming in to the circuit here in Losail.
And everything went well, and I got the race, and I drive very slowly. I could do much faster. My driving is just look back, you have a good gap, just drive safely, because I have another race. I have a whole championship. If I can save the car, save the engine, save the gear, you know, save everything, it's better for me and the whole championship. So why should I push and make a best lap and ruin the car after that? So I was driving very slowly, and if you can see, I was braking very early. They were catching me like this in the brakes. And next race, I have to push, and you're going to see my real driving.
I began pole position, which was a very good position. I started the first lap, it was really fine until the straight, the main straight, in which I misshifted the gear, in which I didn't manage to get 4th, in which I got stuck on 3rd. So the 3 people behind me, the Abdulaziz, Fahad and Tariq, they managed to pass me because I was just going slow. And until I got back in the gear, I managed to overtake Tariq. I tried to overtake Fahad, and he's a very experienced driver, in which I wasn't able to overtake him from the outside, as he said. I proved myself that I'm the fastest. I got the fastest lap, and pole with fastest lap yesterday and fastest lap today, in which these are 2 extra points onto 3rd. So this proves to me that I'm faster, but I just got a little bit unlucky against my other competitors. Hopefully next I'm going to prove myself. Hope I won't do the same mistake next time, and I'll try to stay on pole, stay on 1st.
Well, very confident talk then from both Al-Yaeesh and Hamada. Al-Yaeesh taking the 20 points and saying that he was driving within himself. As we take a look at the grid then for race 2, as I say, the 7 places reversed. So Al-Yaeesh starting in 7th. It's Hizam who is going to be on pole for this race 2. Just to confirm then, Al-Yaeesh saying that he decided not to go for broke and try and get a fastest lap. That accolade went to Ahmed Hamada. 1 minute 41.9472. He was the only racer to go sub 1 minute 42 in that race. The bonus point going to Hamada on top of the 16 points that he gained from finishing 3rd. So 17 for him, just 3 behind Al-Yaeesh, who starts from 7th as race 2 gets underway here in Bahrain. So plenty of work to do for Al-Yaeesh and also for Al-Musalam. Hamada and Sakaf, they were the top 4 in the last race. They're starting slightly further back on the grid now. Again, 12 laps of the circuit, and there's already a problem for the number 33 car. It's Al-Khalifa just getting in a bit of a spin. Al-Khalifa just managing to get control of the car and to get back into the race, and luckily nobody was too put off by that spin from Al-Khalifa. Rejoin the action again then on lap 1. Fahad Hazim of P1 AFR actually came 7th in the first race, so he's starting on pole here. He's already given up his first position though to Fawaz Al-Ghasaibi in the 13 car. He is leading the way at the moment. bin Issa was actually hit by another car. It was Hamad bin Issa and not Al-Ghasaibi, the two of them sharing their car, but it was bin Issa who was in the car for that spin. Now we just saw Ahmed Hamada. He's been forced to retire from this race. A big blow then to Hamada, who we saw being interviewed just a few moments ago. Finished third in the first race, but he has been forced to retire here. Problem with his car, and that's a big blow to the man who was certainly talking up his chances. Remember, you need to take 10 of your 12 results through to the overall championship, so already one no score for Hamada. Now a real tussle for first place. Tariq El Gamal putting Fahad Al-Musalam under all sorts of pressure. Tariq El Gamal in the number 1 Lumina at the moment, just chasing the tail of Al-Musalam, who's in the number 7. But still out in the lead, Fawaz Al-Ghasaibi, the number 13 Chevrolet. Well, in fact, Fahad Al-Musalam it is out in front, so already, stand corrected, Al-Ghasaibi has in fact been reeled in. But a terrific race so far. We've had a lot more interchanging of the places than we did in race 1. Which was really dominated for quite some time by Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh. Now you can see Al-Yaeesh has done very well, getting up from 7th to 2nd place and putting pressure on Al-Musalam. Those are the two leading drivers so far out here in Bahrain. They were the 1-2 in the first race, and at the moment it's Musalam looking to get revenge on Al-Yaeesh here. These cars are around 1 metre, 84.2 centimetres in width, just under 5 metres in length, 4.89 to be precise. 1,497 kilograms. They are heavy cars, they're powerful, 380 horsepower. It was interesting to hear Al-Yaeesh saying after the first race that he was certainly racing within himself. He knows there are 12 races to go in this championship, 12 races overall, and he doesn't want to burn out the car. He wants to try and keep his powder dry as long as possible. Frustration so far for Tariq El Gamal, the Australian who finished 8th in the first race. It's in the number 1 Castrol Racing Team car, putting pressure on the first 2 drivers, but he's now dropped back again. And once again it's Musalam and Al-Yaeesh who are dominating proceedings here. So welcome back then to the Bahrain International Circuit. We're in race 2 here of round 1 of the newly introduced Lumina Championship. And leading the way still. Enjoying a very, very good performance. It is Al-Ghasaibi. The number 88 car who we saw just spin out of control before the commercial break, Adel Shaji. He's back on course here. Looking to climb back up after losing a couple of places. Tariq El-Gamal is right back in contention here. He's managed to overtake Al-Yaeesh. Important for El-Gamal that he registers a good number of points in this second race after that disappointing 8th place finish. A really exciting manoeuvre going on there. Once again, it's been quite a battle between Tariq El-Gamal and Musalam. A bit of a problem for Bandar El Salmi. Just losing control a bit on that bend, but managing to keep his car back on course. Just over 3 laps remaining now. This wonderful circuit used for Formula 1 as well, just outside the town of Lusail. Attracting all the Formula 1 and motorsport enthusiasts, of course. This weekend, a fantastic weekend as we see Al-Yaeesh again encountering a few difficulties, the winner of the first race. And there we can see parts coming off the car and real problems then for Al-Yaeesh. He's taken a bump and the tyre has totally gone at the front of his car, so this is a real disaster. Let's have a look at this again. The front tyre blowing off. The pressure getting too much, and Al-Yaeesh certainly isn't going to finish this weekend with 2 victories. The Saudi Arabian driver being forced to retire. He'd just been overtaken by Tariq El-Gamal and was perhaps feeling the pressure a little bit. We saw him after the first race saying that he wasn't going to push his car too hard. Well, maybe that's exactly what he did do there. So El-Gamal up into second position and pushing Al-Musalam pretty hard as we approach the last lap. Lap and a half to go here in Bahrain. Khalifa and Halad in the number 33 car also enjoying a very good race here. Hamad has overtaken a couple of cars in the last 2 laps. He's up to 4th and he's just 0.6 seconds behind the Team France of Jacques Levet and his compatriot Christophe Marriott. So Hamada out of contention. We saw him drop out early on, but Hamad could be on for maybe a podium finish here. He's the leader though, Fahad Al-Musalam in the blue Chevrolet. Going very nicely indeed. He's got a lead of around about 4 seconds at the moment. And it does look like he's going to cruise in for a victory here. Second place in the first race. It's a very, very impressive opening round for Fahad Al-Musalam. Local-born racer, lives in Bahrain, racing for the Lechner Racing Bahrain team. We've certainly got the cream of Middle Eastern racing talent here, and Fahad Al-Musalam is very, very much at the top end of this list of elite racers. And we can see behind Al-Musalam, Tariq El Gamal coming in second position. He was over 4 seconds behind Al-Musalam. Jacques Levet, though, of France, claiming his first podium finish. Al Khalifa, in the end, with Hamed pipped into 4th position. Al Ghasaibi, who led for the first 4 or 5 laps, having to settle for 5th place. But the man of the moment is Fahad Al-Musalam, second in the first race, first in the second race. It's a terrific start to the championship for the Bahraini racing driver. And he's looking particularly calm, isn't he? Certainly more emotion being shown by Jacques Levet of France, who's on the podium for the first time.
Playing with setups and testing new things. The championship here for the race, or for the event, you've got 2 sets of tires. So we played and twisted and thought maybe we can do something, but the results of the races today, I'm very happy.
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work, really. To be honest with you, I didn't expect to make it to the podium because I know about the engine problem. But I said to my team manager, Richard, before that, you know, I was going to try and do a good job for Castrol. Basically, just have a go and have some fun, and that's exactly what I did. Once I got into second, I thought, no point pushing my luck any further. I need to bring this car to the finish. So that's exactly what I did, and luckily the car stuck together and we got it across the finish line, and now we're up, which is really good.
I think I did terrific. We started from 10th, and after the first turn, I think I was 6th or something. It was a big mess at the first turn. All the cars were going piled up, and I managed to go on the outside and overtake most of them. And then from then on, I had quite a clear race. I had a good battle for 4th and then 3rd place, what I thought was 4th, but it was 3rd. And yeah, a hell of a race, but a lot of fun.
As I said, very interesting for the championship here in Bahrain. It was obviously very exciting.
It was a big mess at the first lap. I managed to take the outside.
So the racers pouring over the weekend's action, all sorts of tactics going on in those races, as we heard. Fahad Al-Musalam is leading the championship then after round 1, as we just take a look back at the best action of the weekend. It was Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh who ended up clinching victory in the first race. 20 minutes 37.26 his time. That was around about 3.5 seconds quicker than Al-Musalam. It was Ahmed Hamada, though, who was looking pretty confident in 3rd place. He actually lapped the fastest, gaining a bonus point for his quickest lap, but it would turn into a bit of a miserable weekend in the end for Hamada, who was forced to abandon early on in the second race. The latter stages then of race 1. Race 1 not quite as exciting as the weekend second race, that's for sure. We had, as Jacques Levet was saying, some real frenetic scenes at the start of the race, as that decision to reverse the first 7 on the grid really made for some excitement as the likes of Al-Yaeesh tried to climb the places in the opening rounds. Al-Yaeesh of Saudi Arabia, in the end winning fairly comfortably in that first race. picking up 20 points, just missing out on the bonus point. He was looking good as well to score points in race 2 before that punctured tyre put paid to his second race. That's a real blow in a championship where you have to take your 10 best performances out of 12 through. There he is though, all going well after race 1. Big smile on his face, and he later told Motors TV that he was racing well within himself, just looking to keep his car nice and fresh for the remaining 11 races. Now race 2, an immediate problem then for Hamad bin Isa in the number 33 car, and there were several problems for these racers at the start of the second race. Everything had gone pretty smoothly on the first day. That wasn't at all the case here. Have a look at this. Fahad Hizam soon lost his pole on race 2. It was Al-Ghasaibi in the 13 car who went off in front. We saw the spin a moment ago. It was Hamad bin Isa. He's had a really difficult start to this race. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, Ahmed Hamada, the man who lapped fastest in the first race, also being forced to retire. So a reminder then, as we watch Al-Yaeesh, such bad fortune for the Saudi rider. He was looking so good. Currently looking for another podium finish after winning race 1, but, well, that front right tyre putting paid to those aspirations. Just a reminder then that this is round 1. Round 2 takes place between the 6th and 7th of December. And then we've got round 3 and 4 taking place in January. Round 5 in February. That's when the championship returns to Bahrain. And the final round of this inaugural championship taking place on the 4th to the 6th of April here in Bahrain. Al-Yaeesh doing his best to keep control of the car. It would end in tears, however, for him, and he's got a fair bit of work to do to catch up with his rivals. Setting the pace then at the end of the first round of this inaugural Lumina championship is Fahad Al-Musalam. As well as winning race 2, he lapped the fastest as well, 1 minute 42.1699. It's a terrific effort. 21 points then for Al-Musalam. He leads the way then with that 2-1. In second place in the standings at the moment, Abdulaziz Al-Yaeesh in third. It's Hamad bin Isa and Al Khalifa in fourth.